It was just starting to drizzle as I walked out the door. But I delivered papers in a rain like that before. 3:30 in the morning, I was happy as a lark as I grabbed my bike and rode into the dark. I pedaled through the neighborhood, the weather on my mind. The wind was picking up and howling louder all the time. The sky turned into a cauldron and the distant thunder roared, and I knew that I was in for quite a storm. A little rain never hurt no one, so I kept pressing on. And I tried to tell myself it's always darkest before the dawn. Lightning struck an oak tree as I leapt off my bike. The siren started wailing, but there was no good place to hide. I knew without a doubt there was a twist touching down, so I crawled into a culvert to wait it out. The little bit of courage I had left was almost gone, but I tried to tell myself it's always darkest before the dawn. And then the nightmare started, it got deafeningly loud. Every fiber in me screamed out, but I couldn't make sound. The whirling of a vortex, a violent carousel. It sounded like a freight train was dragging me to hell. Terrible nightmare. That was when I saw my family with my eyes shut real tight. Would they know how much I loved them if this was how I died? Though I vowed I'd not be murdered by a monster in the sky that night. But if I went home to heaven, at least that's where I'd belong. Yeah, I tried to tell myself it's always darkest before the dawn, so I kept hanging on. I kept hanging on. Shadows slowly melted as I was hunkered down, till at last the worst was over, the storm was dying out. I crept out of that culvert and I went weak in the knees, cause what I saw was a somber sight to see. There was nothing but destruction and wreckage in that town. Cars were upside down and house level to the ground. A twisted trampoline was hanging from the power lines. I blinked a tear back cause I felt lucky to be alive. And that was how I learned to live, when you can run but you can't hide. How to feel trapped in a tunnel but come out the other side. Cause with all the stormy weathers in the world, you learn to take life one storm at a time. You don't have to be afraid. And now when there's bad weather on the way, I stay calm and I keep hanging on, because it's always darkest before the dawn. And I keep hanging on. I keep hanging on. In the basement of an empty house, I slept on the floor like a vagrant. I braved a Minnesota winter night and drove to a movie feeling lonely. And as I thought my heart up by the light of silver screen, I was unaware that you were there in the dark. A silhouette was climbing up the stairs, and what I thought in the parking lot was like, I just wanna know your name. I drove away with not much to say, but in my hand I held a paper bird, and written on it were the words, be brave. Wildflower knew I wasn't well, but on the kitchen floor I got better again. I grabbed my keys and drove toward a star, and there I was understood for the first time in my life. 'Cause that's when I was introduced to true serendipity. I knew it when you showed up again in the snow. I was always told your heart's where you're home. And what I thought in the coffee shop was like the last 8 hours was a dream. I drove away with not much to say, but in my hand I held a paper bird, and written on it were the words, okay, I'll be brave. Okay, I'll be brave. And in my mind, after all this time, I think, ain't life beautiful and strange? I'm blown away with no words to say, 'cause I'll forever be amazed how I learned the meaning of the phrase, be brave. Be brave.